Welcome back to MFO, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. Today is our off day. We're here at Pickwick Lake, and this is our practice recap video. I am here with Steve Lopez, the Wenzel Farms pro. You've joined me before on some videos.
We did a drop shot one.
We did a drop shot video.
That was a good video.
So this is, we're going to be talking about our practice on Pickwick. And we're going to try and get it in before the rain comes, because I felt a few sprinkles.
Feels good.
We're going to talk about it, and I will tease this video with this is going to be a practice recap that compares night and day. We've got, one of us had a phenomenal practice, and the other one kind of struggled. So we'll see who's who when we come back. Stick around, guys. Welcome back to Mark Fisher Outdoors, everybody. I'm Mark Fisher.
Steve Lopez.
Well, do we just jump out and say who had a great practice or who had, or let's see if they can figure it out as we go along. What do you want to say about practice on Pickwick?
It was one of those practices where I kind of got dialed in, and you're excited to get the tournament going on certain things. You get a little bit nervous.
I was gonna say the theme of you this week at the house was you're very nervous. This one's got you spooked a little bit.
Yeah, not so much spooked, just like you're excited to get it going to see how they're setting up and if the bite stays the same.
You know what the potential is here.
I do know what the potential is right now. Mm-hmm. I've seen it.
Yeah, I've heard about it for 3 days.
Yeah, and the crazy thing is you're not even beating up fish. You know, you're catching one or two, just knowing.
Moving to a different spot and catching another couple and going, boy, if I stayed there and milked that spot,
it could be special.
That could be really
But we
something.
don't. You know, we're a couple days removed. You know, I didn't really fish too much yesterday. You know, day one I leaned on some fish just to see. Day two, not so much, and I still caught 30 pounds.
Yeah, you've got a couple of 30-pound practice days.
Yeah. One 30-pound practice day, one close to
one that was pretty dang close.
Yeah,
right.
Crazy.
Yeah.
And they're getting some big fish in Pickwick. Excited to get out there, and you know, if you can hook a couple of those a day, it could be pretty special.
It's an interesting time of year, and this is something that I do want to talk to you about, because coming down here before the event, I would have said there is for sure a wave of fish that have spawned, and we're going to be at the tail end of it and things like that. I'm telling you, in 3 days practice, I've never once saw any kind of fry guarding fish. Have you?
Not much, shallow, right? A few that get out on bait balls and stumps and stuff like that, but not like I thought. I think a lot of these fish are ready to do it.
I think they're ready to, and they're definitely. I'm going to say that yes, I've spent some time throwing at cypress trees.
Yeah.
There's definitely some fish up on cypress trees, you know, that are for sure bedding and things like that. To me, it seems like it's not where I thought it was going to be when it comes to, they're spawning.
Yeah.
And it's, on Pickwick, it's a matter of where do they spawn, because yes, they spawn really dirt shallow, but they also spawn in a different type of shallow.
Yeah, they're definitely, I've seen fish from a foot to 10 feet spawning right now.
Exactly.
So, yeah, they're all over.
We're giving a little info, but we're not giving a lot.
Not too much.
Not giving
a lot. I think everybody knows they spawn in a foot and 10 feet nowadays. You know. But yeah, it's
well, this is going to be a different tournament for me. I will tell you that. I'm not going to give a whole lot of info right now, but when we come back and do the tournament recap video, It'll be a different tournament. Using some techniques that I don't typically use a whole lot. At least that's my prediction. We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see.
For all I know, I'm going to come back and, this is me throwing a Cinco, a wacky rig Cinco. But believe me, I got one tied on, but I'm hoping that doesn't happen. Yeah. What do you think the weights are going to take to...
Are you talking win or cash?
Win and cash.
Win the tournament because we got an off day of scope. I think it's going to be in the high 60s. 67, 22, 23 a day. Because I think somebody's going to crack 28.
I think
but then they might catch 16, and then what is that? 44, and then 23. Yeah, I think high 60s, 68, right around there, 67.
I say 75.
Wow.
75.
That's special. That's 15 5-pounders.
And you're the man to do it.
Cash a check, I think 13 and a half a day, 14 will get it done.
I think 14 is... I'm just going based on what I saw. If you can catch 5, the likelihood is... I mean, there'll be guys who come in with 5 for 12 pounds, okay?
Yeah.
But the likelihood is if you're doing the right kind of thing, you're going to have a 4 or 5 pounder.
Yeah.
And
there's big fish.
And a big fish will bump you up to that 14, 15 pound, so.
Yeah, I've caught big fish everywhere from a foot of water to
exactly
20 feet of water.
And,
I've caught big
and that's
fish,
the thing. My practice has not been special at all, but on the day, I caught 5 fish, but I would have had 15 pounds or something because one of them was a bigger fish. So I think that in my opinion it's going to be 14 a day to get paid, and I'm saying 75 to win.
I could see somebody catching 25 one day and then catching 6 pounds the next.
Yeah, but I could see somebody catching 30 or 32 one day and then catching 25
and then coasting or something like that.
Right.
Yeah, that I could see a 30 to a 25.
Let's put it this way. The person who wins is going to have 3 20-plus pound days.
Yeah, unless there's 2 30s. There could be a 28, 15 because the non-scope day. I know if you're targeting single individual fish, you catch 6 or 7 fish a day.
Yeah.
But you're targeting the big ones, you could have a really, really big bag.
Right.
That's the difference in here.
Well, that's our practice recap. Any other info you want to give?
No, it's
no baits, no techniques. We're not talking about any of that.
You can catch them from a foot of water down to 25 right now.
But I will tell you, we will say this: if you're a fantasy fishing person, he needs to be on your fantasy fishing team. This tournament, absolutely. Not to put any pressure on, but
there's a lot of pressure now. All your fans are gonna pick me, and I'm gonna bomb.
You're getting the inside scoop here. We're getting wet, so we're going to get going. Thanks for joining us here. Guys, appreciate you tuning in, and we will see you again tomorrow for another episode of Mark Fisher Outdoors. Take care, everybody.